Kanye West says, I'm back. Did he actually say that? Instagram, McDonald's collab coming soon. Wait, it's a triple collab?
Uh-huh.
Kanye, Instagram, and McDonald's.
Wait, so...
Okay, look at Kanye's expression in that photo. Describe that.
That's usually how he normally looks.
What is that emotion right there? Unimpressed.
He's a little upset.
Unimpressed.
Yeah.
Whatever you just looked at, unimpressed.
Highlights the eyebrows.
Get it out of my face. McDonald's, get it out of my face.
So wait, so he's designing something for McDonald's or for Instagram? We're all quietly reading.
Well, I mean...
I don't know if it is Instagram
Yeah,
related.
Well, he broke his social media silence to talk about redesigning McDonald's packaging.
I don't think they're like collaborating, all three of them.
Thank you, Will. Appreciate that.
So he posted this image on Instagram.
Why is that so...
First of all, low quality.
It's not the... is it possible for a package to be less appetizing? Why is that so...
Because it's the burger. It looks like the burger, right?
Yeah, it's the burger, but it's printed on the box.
On the box, yeah.
It's really hard.
It's a bit desaturated too, no?
Yeah.
It's not even... It's slightly off center. There's a lot of issues here. But
So,
I don't know that matters.
Yeah.
I think the key, like what we're really supposed to focus on here is the idea of a box which describes what's inside of it on the outside through the image.
Yes.
So the burger that's on the inside, I guess, is going to be represented on the outside. Now, you might not even have those toppings, though. Are they going to have a bunch of different boxes?
Yeah, because like a Big Mac would have the bread in the middle.
Ye teams up with industrial designer Naoto Fukasawa. Wait a sec.
We've done videos about him before.
Wait a sec.
Yeah, this guy's done the, what was that? I'm going to check because I don't want to.
Okay.
Oh, I think
You don't want to butcher it?
Yeah.
To reimagine McDonald's package. I don't know if that's official or not, or if they just did it on spec. Just after posting an IG story that said, next week, it's the fries. The fries line is an ode to Ye's verse in his song Gold Digger, where he raps, he got that ambition, baby. Look at his eyes. This week, he mopping floors. Next week, it's the fries. As we reported, Ye was spotted out in Tokyo with his girlfriend, Cheney Jones, earlier this month. So this might explain the reason for the visit. He was suspended from Instagram back in March. He is apparently back now.
Yeah. So you don't like this?
Well, I think it's one of those things, Will. Very similar with the footwear. I got some footwear over here, right? Don't I? Where'd you put my footwear, Will?
The foam runners?
Yeah.
I don't know. What happened to them?
Oh, Mo put them somewhere.
No, I didn't.
What?
Maybe
Oh,
Kurt.
you know what I did? I'm sorry. I did do. I was in on the weekend. I put them in.
No, I don't.
Right.
They're missing right now because I was going to show. I think part of this thing with him, people might get mad at me here, but I tend to think, maybe not every time, but I tend to think that for something to be disruptive, for something to jar you, for something to have immediate effect on people, it has to be somewhat repulsive.
Or striking.
See, this is just terminology. What is striking? What is it? I mean, there's like natural versions of it, which we can say that's beauty for sure.
Right.
But in human-made things, it's much harder to say that. It's like the things that we describe as appealing now, they change all the time.
Right, yeah.
It would be like when we were kids, everybody was wearing like, say, super baggy clothing.
Yeah.
And that was cool and accepted. And then where did that go? Then at some point it became goofy and some people held on to it and tried to, but then other people said, no more of that. And some people look at the foam runner and go, like Ryan, who was here, and you go, oh my God, what can I even... Next thing you know, My son is wearing those around, and holy crap, the amount of people that come up to him.
And they just love it?
It is out of control. They can't not see it. And they approach him and go, what is that?
Yeah.
Now, you imagine, I told you before, it's like real world clickbait. And maybe I'm being too aggressive in my language using the word repulsive, but I think if at first it's like a surprise, a pleasant surprise. When your expectation is one thing, maybe you taste a flavor, and at first you're like, but then you're like,
It's like maybe your first beer.
Or
maybe
coffee.
like a whiskey or something.
maybe it's that hint of bitterness. Yeah. Maybe that's what I mean, is that in order to get your blood flowing, it's got to stir you up. It's got to mix you up a little bit, where you're like, ooh, that's a little pungent. But then it's like, I get it. That's a little different. That's a little disruptive. I feel a little bit slimy. And then it's a, not too bad. Now, there's going to be people who hold on to tradition no matter what. There's going to be people who say, no, there's a right and wrong way. You know, I grew up Italian, so there was no innovation in tomato sauce. That's the way it's been done, and it's the way it's going to be done when you talk to the older generations. But when it comes to new and innovative, it is so hard to have anything break out the signal to noise ratio, the amount of noise that's out there in the internet age. So when I sit there and go, how do you design a McDonald's box that's going to have the same effect of the foam runner, that people can't not talk about it, that it gives you an immediate kind of feedback of maybe not being the most appetizing thing, but unavoidable. Definitely not nothing.
And also temporary. This box is not going to be forever. You know? And
yeah, but
probably limited.
Yeah, but the design work is permanent in the sense that the influences then flow into other places. Like, that's how culture works. It gets wrapped up and changed and spit back out in other places in unexpected ways.
It also leaves an impact on whoever.
It's like you know, everything Adidas is doing now looks sort of like a Yeezy. Almost everything. It's like every shoe, all the Ultra Boost, everything. It's all these fabrics, lack of structure. Now, could you say, well, the two things were happening, they just so happen to coincide? Maybe. But like, when you get to that, when you start to try to quantify influence, it gets very difficult to know how one thing impacted or influenced something else. It's very complicated. The analytics are, somebody's trying to map it out, but it's missing. And I think that this is striking. I think at first, for me, it's a little bit ugly and actually not appetizing. I don't want my burger to be a square like that. And I don't think I want the image of it on the outside of the box. Granted, maybe, like you guys were saying, it's just a dusty photo. And if it were more vibrant, maybe it'd be different. But I don't know how it's going to ship, if it does, if it's completely on spec or not. But one thing is for certain, it will get you. It will grip you.
Yeah, stop you in your tracks.
This is that thing where they say, love me or hate me, just don't ignore me.
You a rapper?
You already know.
Yeah.
You already know.
Well, this is interesting to me. I'll definitely get it if it's in Canada.
Listen, by the way, for the record, I'm
I'll
just
collect them.
for the record, I'm just talking. Like, it's not a fact or anything. You're just trying to come up with. You're just trying. You see the world. You see things happening. You try to figure out why and where, and how. Trying to navigate. It's just murky waters over here.
Yeah, he said he's gonna redesign the fries next.
Yeah.
He said next week.